The best need to fight the best. Y'all need to figure out a damn way to make it happen. Shakur, yeah, we know that you don't want to damn get in the ring with no damn Haney. We know you scared of his ass. You know what I mean? You scared of all that weight he gonna put on after the damn weigh-in. I know. Trust me. I know. Yeah. And you scared to fight Keyshawn Davis too. A fighter asking for so much money, yeah, you duck straight up. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if y'all can't get the weight situation going, what the that's ducking too. Come on now. Shakur, your ass ain't out of the weeds yet either. I'm gonna get on your ass next Tuesday.
Tim Bradley had a strong reaction after the Devin Haney vs. Shakur Stevenson fight failed to come together, taking the discussion to a whole new level. Rather than seeing it as a typical boxing negotiation, Bradley suggested that Shakur may be staying away from the toughest fight available. His comments quickly sparked debate among fans, leaving many wondering if the delay is really about the right timing or if something else is keeping the fight from happening.
Last one of these dudes got some flaws in they damn game. Yeah, they scared to death of certain fights. Yeah, every last one of them.
Tim Bradley's message is straightforward. He wants the back-and-forth talk to end and the situation to become official. In his opinion, if Devin Haney is holding the championship belt, then Shakur Stevenson should be named the mandatory challenger. That would put an end to the online debates, mixed signals, and constant excuses. Devin would then have to defend his title against Shakur or make a different decision that fans could judge for themselves. Bradley believes this is the best way to clear up the confusion because once the fight is mandatory, there is no room for speculation. The matchup either happens, or everyone sees exactly why it doesn't.
WBO welterweight title, who's holding the belt is Devin Haney. Why don't you go ahead and make him the mandatory? Just make him the mandatory. What we doing? Stop playing. Stop ski skirting. Just make him the mandatory to face Devin, and then Devin have to make a choice whether he's gonna keep his belt or not. Let's save all this bullshit for somebody else and just go straight to it. And let's check Devin's how his temperature is. You know what I mean? Let's see what he really talking about and if he really about that action, or he gonna ski skirt and go the other way. Yeah, Dev, you got until August to have some sort of fight lined up, player. Yeah, you've been champion since you know.
Bradley also dismissed the idea that weight should be the reason this fight doesn't happen. He believes Shakur Stevenson is far from being limited to one division, pointing out that he has already proven himself by moving through multiple weight classes. Bradley is confident that Shakur has the experience and ability to compete successfully at both 135 and 140 pounds without losing his biggest strengths. He says there is a big difference between simply making the weight and making it while staying strong and effective, and he feels Shakur has the size, discipline, and talent to do exactly that. Because of this, Bradley isn't convinced that weight is the real obstacle. In his view, if both fighters genuinely want the matchup, there is a clear and realistic way to make it happen.
Let's talk about Shakur and Haney, right? Yeah, Shakur is a 4-division world champion, right? This ain't no damn excuse. This is straight fact. Shakur can make 135 or 140 pretty damn easy. Straight up, you know. Obviously, let me just go off on another tangent. Obviously, Keyshawn can't make the fucking 140-pound limit. He needs to go up to 47. His ass is outgrown it. So that's where he headed, to 147. But Shakur can make 140 and he can make 135. Okay? He can make either or easily. Okay, and be at an optimum.
Bradley then takes his argument a step further when discussing Shakur Stevenson moving up in weight. He isn't saying Shakur can't make the jump. In fact, he believes Shakur is still growing physically and could eventually fight at 147 pounds. But for now, Shakur has mentioned 144 pounds as a compromise, which would take the title out of the equation and make it a straightforward showdown between two top fighters. Bradley then shifts the focus back to Devin Haney, arguing that if Devin was willing to make concessions before, especially in the Jose Ramirez situation, there is no reason he couldn't do something similar for Shakur if he truly wants the fight. To Bradley, that removes the weight issue, takes the belt out of the discussion, and leaves only one question for everyone to answer. Do Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson genuinely want to fight each other?
When his body starts to, morph and become, a little bit more dense, he gonna get his ass up to 147, but 144, he said, let's go. 144, we don't even need the title. You can hold on to that title, you pay your little sanctioning fees for that. I ain't gonna pay, we meet at 144 because you gave the other dude concessions. So what? You can't give, you really want to fight? Why don't you give me concessions the same way you did with damn Jose
Bill Haney added even more drama to the situation with a tweet saying, "First it was the money, now it's the weight. You can't make this up." His comments made the Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson debate even more intense, suggesting that the reasons for the fight not happening keep changing. According to Bill, the discussion started with money but later shifted to weight, leaving fans wondering what is really preventing the matchup. Devin insists he wants the fight, while Shakur explains that moving up in weight is not as simple as people think. Tim Bradley also weighed in with strong criticism that increased the pressure on Stevenson. Shakur quickly fired back, replying, "Bill, you could trick the idiots on here, but you ain't tricking me. You all must need me right now," making it clear he was not backing down from the exchange. Shakur's response made the situation even more intense as he directly challenged Bill Haney's claims. Rather than accepting the idea that money or weight were excuses, Shakur suggested that Team Haney was using his name to stay in the spotlight. He argued that Bill was trying to shape the online narrative by making fans believe he was avoiding the fight, while Shakur insisted that the Haneys needed his name to keep Devin involved in a major boxing discussion. Bill quickly answered back, saying, "Nah, champ. You tried to trick everybody into believing the Haney versus Stevenson fight wasn't on the table for you." That reply kept the back and forth going, with Bill accusing Shakur of changing the story. From Bill's perspective, the fight was there to be made, Devin wanted it, and Shakur was the one convincing fans that no real opportunity ever existed. While Shakur claimed Team Haney needed his name, Bill turned that argument around by insisting the matchup was available all along if Shakur truly wanted it. That is why this has grown into much more than a normal fight negotiation. It has become a public debate over who is actually telling the truth. The drama took another turn when Keyshawn Davis joined the conversation by saying, "Davis versus Haney, the biggest fight of the year." His comment tied directly into the ongoing dispute between Bill Haney and Shakur Stevenson, making it clear that he believes he is the better opponent for Devin Haney. From Keyshawn's point of view, if Devin and Shakur cannot agree on the money, weight, or timing, he is ready to step in and take that opportunity himself. His statement added even more pressure on Shakur because while the online arguments continued, Keyshawn was openly calling for a career-defining fight. Devin Haney later responded by saying, "Me versus Shakur is the biggest. Our fight would be big though," making it clear that he still sees a showdown with Shakur as the biggest matchup available. Devin Haney's response kept the debate going because he didn't completely dismiss Keyshawn Davis. He admitted that a fight with Keyshawn would still be a major event, but made it clear that, in his opinion, a showdown with Shakur Stevenson is the bigger fight. That matches what Team Haney has been saying from the beginning, that Devin versus Shakur is the matchup fans want most, even with Keyshawn emerging as a serious option. Shakur quickly answered back, saying, "And let me guess. I got to come to your weight class to make the fight happen just because you say so." His reply shifted the conversation right back to the weight issue. While Devin continues to call their fight the biggest available, Shakur argues that he shouldn't be expected to move up in weight simply because Devin wants it. From his perspective, Devin can't set all the terms, which is why the negotiations have become more complicated. At this point, the disagreement is no longer just about talent, it is also about the conditions needed to make the fight happen. The discussion is no longer just about who is the better fighter. It has become a battle over leverage, weight, timing, and who gets to set the terms. Devin Haney responded by saying, "Whenever you decide to come to my weight class, let's do it. I'll fight your brother Keyshawn for now." With that message, Devin shifted the pressure back onto Shakur, making it clear that the fight could happen whenever Shakur is willing to move up. Until then, he is ready to focus on a possible matchup with Keyshawn Davis, which fits with Keyshawn's earlier claim that a fight with Haney could be the biggest of the year. As a result, the storyline has expanded beyond just Haney and Shakur, with Keyshawn now becoming a serious alternative opponent. Shakur then kept his reply brief, simply saying, "Will do." His short response added even more intrigue because instead of arguing or explaining his position, he answered with just 2 words after Devin challenged him to move up in weight while planning to face Keyshawn in the meantime. Shakur's simple, "will do" reply made it seem like he wasn't completely rejecting the fight, but he also wasn't willing to let Devin Haney decide all the terms. Things heated up again when a fan mentioned, "Haney aside," and Shakur responded, "That don't exist in boxing no more. Stop it." His comment suggested that he disagrees with Devin's argument about fighting only in his weight class. From Shakur's perspective, modern boxing is no longer that straightforward. Big fights are built through negotiations, catch weights, financial agreements, timing, and business decisions rather than one fighter setting all the rules. That kept the debate alive because the issue is no longer just about who wants to fight more, but about who has the power to control the conditions. The conversation grew even bigger when Bill Haney and Greg Hackett joined in, openly discussing the potential Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson fight and breaking down the money, weight, and negotiation issues, making the entire situation feel much larger than a typical online boxing argument.
Heard talk about that, Shakur is signed to Zuffa. I mean, what's your reaction?
Well, I mean, Eddie, if Eddie ain't got no money at 2026, it's okay to say that. Just okay, Eddie. Just say, listen, it's times I ain't had the money, I don't go start talking about everybody. Just get the money, man. If the market is calling for whatever times, when you have the deal on the table, then we know that that's what's going to set precedent. No longer is it precedent if you're talking about something on the table that's 5 times more. When you only can give 5 times less, then you might be out of business.
Bill Haney and Greg Hackett shifted the conversation toward the business side of the potential fight, discussing the weight situation and what would be required to finally make the matchup happen. Bill argued that fighters usually follow the biggest opportunities and the biggest paydays, while making it clear that Team Haney is prepared to move forward if the right deal is put on the table.
You can find other jobs doing other. I think he does darts and he does a lot of. When he came over here to the United States, he came over here kicking ass, talking fly shit, talking about fighters getting paid what they're worth. If the gentleman can get 5 times more, then that shows that he was being grossly underpaid, in my opinion.
He says that motto won't last too long.
Well, I mean, we're talking about 500 times. We don't say a 50% markup. You don't say a 25% markup. So when it goes 500% up, I mean, when it cooled down, it's still better than that you had on the...
At this stage, it feels like there are very few excuses left. Fans are now trying to determine who genuinely wants the fight to happen and who is simply using the negotiations to gain leverage or strengthen their position.
When he's gonna pull up, when he's ready to pull up, you just got to stay ready in our position. We don't have the luxury of being under the weight and we can get ready and we can do all the other what he has. If he fights because at 44, ain't that a welterweight? 44 is the same. 46, like we came in. Sure. Brian Norman came in at 46. We came in at 46. If Shakur come in at 44 or 45, it's all the same to me, in my opinion. So I won't be blindsided about not being prepared for this opportunity. So from a coaching standpoint, from a business standpoint, we're ready.
Obviously Eddie was talking about, Oshaki Foster and, Shakur. He was saying, hey, you're going to pay $15 million for that type of a fight. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
Well, I mean, look, once again, I said, listen, if you don't have the money, I thought that's when you stopped having anything to say. You let the grown folks handle the business from there, I believe that you go to a place to take the narrative away that money is a problem. And if it meant going to Eddie and Eddie having a bag that was good and big enough to pay both fighters what they wanted, I'm all for it. If it's Turkey, if it's whoever, you got to understand. For me, as a boxing manager, I want to make sure that the fighters are getting...
Devin Haney says that a fight with Shakur Stevenson is still the biggest matchup available, but he is also open to facing Keyshawn Davis while waiting for that fight to come together. For Keyshawn, though, the matchup with Haney is more than just another big opportunity. He has previously said that Devin never truly respected him during the years he was coming up alongside Shakur. Because of that, a Haney versus Keyshawn fight would carry real personal meaning. It is not just another boxing event. It comes with history, built-up tension, and a chance for Keyshawn to prove himself on the biggest stage while stepping out of Shakur Stevenson's shadow.
I said he got tons of respect for Devin Haney. He's a hell of a fighter, but Devin Haney can't beat him, as he's supposed to say. And Devin Haney uttered the same words, sentiments in reverse towards Shakur. Great fighter, but I 1,000% would beat him, right? So Devin Haney calls him out. Yeah, me and Shakur be the next super fight. But he says, I want to fight his little brother, who ironically is only 27, 28 years old. right? This is what the sport is supposed to be. He's talking about he wants to fight Shakur's younger brother, little brother, first, who called him out after his fight the same night Shakur fought, which is former WBO lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, Keyshawn the Businessman Davis, who is 14 wins now, no loss, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout. Keyshawn called out Devin Haney after he knocked out Jermaine on.
Greg Hackett pointed out that a fight between Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis could actually make a future showdown with Shakur Stevenson even bigger. He explained that if Devin beats Keyshawn first, the matchup with Shakur gains more emotion, more history, and a stronger storyline. It would no longer be just Devin versus Shakur, it would become a redemption fight with even higher stakes. Hackett also reminded fans that Devin and Shakur already have a long history dating back to their sparring sessions, making the rivalry even more meaningful. When asked about his next move, Shakur said he wants Devin Haney, while Devin responded that he wants to fight Keyshawn the Businessman Davis. Bill Haney also made it clear that Team Haney is not interested in adding special conditions, arguing that Devin moved up in weight so he would no longer have to drain himself, so there is no reason for him to do it again. If Devin defeats Keyshawn first, it would build even more rivalry, pride, and pressure before the long-awaited fight with Shakur, making the eventual showdown even bigger for boxing fans.
Asked what's next, he said, I want Devin Haney. Devin Haney says, I want to fight Keyshawn the Businessman Davis. As I said yesterday, he fights and beats Keyshawn, and guess what? It makes the fight with Shakur and Devin that much bigger, right? Because it's a redemption, it's a storyline, so on and so forth. Devin has history, sparring session. We know the history, right? So Devin Haney wants that fight. As we know, this is not a surprise. This is what Devin Haney does. No stipulations. As father trainer and manager Bill Haney stated yesterday on the Boxing Voice, he stated, why we have to have stipulations, roadblocks. We ain't trying to do that. Devin moved up, so he don't have to drain himself. Why would he have to drain?
Bill Haney praised Shakur Stevenson for his performance against Teofimo Lopez, saying he looked impressive throughout the fight. However, Bill used that performance to make a bigger point about a potential clash with Devin Haney. He believes Shakur was so comfortable that he never had to go beyond the first level of his game or make major adjustments to stay in control. When the discussion turned to Devin versus Shakur, Bill made it clear that he does not support adding special conditions to make the fight happen. In his view, if Shakur is truly an elite fighter and Devin is the generational talent people claim he is, then they should meet on equal terms and settle it in the ring. Bill's message was straightforward: no special rules, no unnecessary excuses, and no attempts to control the narrative before the fight even begins.
Last, Shakur wants a 10-pound rehydration course. Keyshawn the Businessman Davis, as you're going to see right here, he explains why he don't like Devin Haney. Because, and people are asking me and sending me, this is an old clip that Keyshawn did with Wallow and Gilly, and people are asking me my thoughts is resurfaced because obviously the Devin Haney, Keyshawn Davis, saga has started to kick up dust. So it resurfaced, right? And Keyshawn Davis explains that Devin Haney didn't befriend him and didn't show him respect. He sunned him, as Wallow said. He little boyed him. When Shakur was telling Devin, this dude is on deck, and Devin's like, he's just a kid. Well, you got to understand at the time Keyshawn is talking about, you was just a kid, but Keyshawn took it personally. So Keyshawn explains why he don't rock with Devin Haney. But again, like I said, I think Keyshawn speaks out.
Bill Haney also explained that Devin Haney still has several possible options for his next fight. He mentioned names like Xander Zayas, Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, and even said the result of the Barrios versus Ryan Garcia fight could shape what happens next. Despite all those possibilities, Bill kept emphasizing one main point: Devin is the biggest name and the best opponent available. He made it clear that Team Haney is not going to rush into announcing a fight just because fans are demanding answers online. Instead, they believe the timing has to be right, the opponent has to make sense, and the deal must be worth it. While fans continue to debate Shakur, Keyshawn, and every new social media post, Bill's message is that Team Haney is staying patient, closely watching how the division develops, and waiting for the biggest opportunity to present itself.
Dominate T.O. in first gear.
Why, Bill, why you say it was first gear?
Well, I didn't see Shakur have to make any other adjustment other than what he did from round 1 to round 12.
Is that, he's on the list, is that a fight you guys are seeking, or are you leaving it alone since he's saying that it would require Devin to get a rehydration clause? Is that something you're willing to get on a phone and discuss how many pounds exactly?
Well, when you're speaking about Debo, you might hear a whole lot of that's inconsistent with things that you say about normal fighters. When you talk about a generational talent like Dev, you would expect those that are elite to look to have, to be on a level playing field.
Be sure to check out our other videos for more of the latest boxing news, fight updates, and expert analysis. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content.